Right, we're going to have a little bit of time this afternoon in here. Just get this wall done here. Started it last night, got a fair bit done. So I just want to basically do up to the top of the wall here and then a straight line across just to the doorway, clear the rest of it off. Might do this bit here on the stairs up to the hole in the corner. I think it should all come off relatively easily apart from the bit on the bottom, which is a harder cement. It's coming off but it takes a bit more time. We ran out of daylight last night, so I want to do this quickly. I think it should take an hour or so, a bit longer. So we'll get this cleared off, hopefully get done what I said I'm going to do. So that's this wall done, as I said I was going to do, up to the top and then across just to the doorway. We'll go up and do that bit another day, and around the pillar. I'm going to do in front of the steps now. You were just probably wondering what's with this strip here. Well, this strip is covering again it's obviously a later addition. It's done with a harder grey cement, and it's got like 2 5-6mm pieces of rod, pieces of steel, going around the corner, probably about maybe a metre, and then coming up across to that pipe outlet there, which is like probably 2 metres that way. I'm not entirely sure what it's for now. It's some kind of sort of reinforcement for the wall. It's at the floor level, and obviously there's a concrete floor being put in there at some stage. Whether it's something to do with that I don't know, but I can't see it because you know, you've got a 50-60 centimetre wall. I don't see why it would be at this side, and it doesn't go all the way along here, it doesn't go all the way along the other wall. Might be something to do with these pipes, but again I can't see that. Maybe it's just something that's been put in a long time ago. I don't know why. Yeah, is the honest answer. Yeah, it's a bit strange, but we'll, I think for now I'll leave this on while I kind of try and figure out why it's there, and I'll move on and do the render in front of the steps, and that takes us through towards the end of the day by then, so that might be a nice rounded finish. Right, I'm going to have a couple of hours this afternoon. Becci's out for the day, so I'm going to stay around here, keep the dogs company. Don't want to go too far, they get a bit anxious if you're not around. So I've got this little mound here in the corner that's been left from when I put the fence in, and when we cleared all this area. There was all a big pile of soil here that built up, which I got rid of most of it. So kind of decided over the months that we're going to make just a little bit of a raised bed here in this corner. Now these fence posts, this one here and those there, they're going to go because I'm going to rejig the fence. Put some more fence posts up on this next level coming across, and then coming back across to this fence post here on the corner. So we're going to get rid of these. So I'm going to build like an arc of stone from this corner up to just inside those fence posts, probably only sort of 30-40 centimetres high, level this soil out, spread it out, and I've got 3 or 4 bags more of this wood chip, which once I've done that I'll just put that down because it's a bit thin in places. The wood chip's really good for keeping the weeds down as long as it's covered, as long as the ground's covered. It's really good at keeping the weeds down, so that's what we're going to do. I've got some big stones in one of the buildings over there, and hopefully they'll do the job, so we'll see how we get on. Right, it's that time of the week again when we have
Run in
dogs.
as well.
Yeah, when we have the dogs and the wife working with me. Sunday afternoon, nice day, and we thought we would clean this room out here. It's just full of rubbish. We've not really cleaned it out at all, put a few bits and pieces in. It's quite damp, dark, dingy. A few walls to knock down, a few bits and pieces to take out. We don't know what's in there really. So we thought we'd have a couple of hours and give it a clean and you know, entertain you for a short while.
I try.
Yeah, that's your idea of entertainment.
Yeah.
So we'll crack on, we'll see what we can find. I'll try and show you as best as possible, but it's quite dark in there, but we'll see how we get on. So heavy. So in case you were wondering, this lovely thing, obviously it's in two halves, forms a circle. It was some kind of old press, we think probably for grapes, could have been for something else. If you know any different, let us know. Bought it at an antique fair a while ago, with the purpose of using it for, I really don't know what. But
To cover a water barrel.
to what?
Cover a water
Oh,
barrel.
that was right, yeah. I was going to have like a 50-gallon drum water, you know, sort of rainwater drum in there, so it basically hides it, makes it look more aesthetically pleasing. But we may just turn it into a table, something like that. Better than what I thought we were going to do.
It's big.
Yeah. So the reason I'm doing this really steady is because it looks like these are older bricks underneath here. If they are, we can probably reuse them, maybe around the windows or whatever, doorway. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get the end off reasonably easy. Get this top row off, and if they are what we hope they are, then maybe some time.
Michael loves stripping render though,
Yeah,
so we're alright.
yeah. Looking forward to it.
I've got another chisel there, so I could have it.
Yeah. New chisel with hand protector. So managed to find one eventually. That saved a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, much more modern. Got the holes in, yeah, also you can just whack it and get it down there.
Super.
Excellent.
Move that one.
Yeah. Unlock it that way and then you can just take them out if you
Yep.
remove that bag and just put them
Put
on
them there, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, you're right. Yeah. Yes, of course you can, dear.
It could be entertaining. I don't want to do it on the day. Just put the cushion out on it, yeah. This way. Maybe if we empty these and then continue.
Yep.
Might have to do that in slow-mo.
Hey.
Might have to do that in slow-mo.
No, you did a good job there. Yeah, good job.
Good job, B.
Good job, dear. We've got that side cleared, or largely cleared, so we're going to have a look in here. This looks like another tank like what was there, probably for putting water in for some reason or other.
Well, we were told that corrugated iron bit was a shower, weren't we?
We were told it was a shower,
by the previous owner, so
yeah, seemed a long shot, but yeah, maybe.
Maybe that was the water shower.
And in this corner, it looks like we've got some form of like oven or fire. So we're going to take these bits off. As you can see, we've not touched it, so we've got no idea what's in here, what's under here.
Gosh,
So, yeah. See what treasures lie beneath.
More baby's feet.
Right, yeah, hopefully not. These are just obviously stands for putting pots on and what have you.
Right.
Soil, we've got a shovel.
A shovel, yeah. bucket in there.
There's a bucket.
I think there might be another plant pot. Oh, hang on, I'm just taking one. What are you doing? I'm getting too excited. That bucket.
Yes, nothing terribly exciting. We have a plastic bucket. We may have, it looks like we have, another little pot intact.
Ooh.
This is totally more than whatever. Hey?
Hey, beetles. Oh, yeah, look. Look there. Beetles.
Oh yeah. Lovely. Right, that can go.
Big beetles though.
They're more like cockroaches, aren't they?
Do you think?
Well, they're not, they are beetles.
I'll just show one to the lovely viewers. Not even a nice one.
Good boy, Al. Al, Al, Al. No. That's. I was going to be full of soil, but it's clearly not.
There is a hole here, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a hole about 30 centimetres
there.
up, same there. And there's one at the top there.
Oh, did someone say something about Aguadent, firewater?
Yeah.
Maybe have distilled, I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
So does that mean this is solid concrete underneath?
No, no, it'll not, no. It'll just be a false bottom, I would say. It'll just be raised. Right. Yeah, get rid of that.
Yeah, it's just brick again, isn't it? It's nothing
Yeah, it's
too
just
old.
brick. No, no, no.
This is older, isn't it?
Yeah,
Nicer.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sledgehammer?
Yeah. Yeah, knock it into it, so.
I'll figure it out, darling. Oh god, that's really hard. That hurts.
There you go.
Can you even see what I'm doing?
Yeah. That in there, it's going now.
Yeah, I think I'll let you do better than that. It's really hard, that.
We've got a bar in it, look.
Yeah.
Reinforced it as well. Yeah. Let me just go that way as well. Oh, quick. I'm going to have a bit of time in here today. This is the Monday after the Sunday before. Me and Becci were in here clearing this room out. Just want to kind of finish it off really. Get this concrete slab up. See just exactly what's under here. We know it's a plinth of like natural stone, so if we can take this up relatively carefully and keep whatever's under there, that'd be nice. Steadily, you know, clear out and reveal this oven, this fire pit. Just quickly whip around this room, tidy up, sweep round, and then I can put all of the detritus that's in the courtyard back in here. Clear that area up, barring the rubble, which hopefully the skip's coming in the next day or two. That'll get that out of the way, and yeah, it'll all start to look a little bit tidier again, and that'll make me very happy. So we'll carry on. Concrete slab, 2-inch 50mm shingle, soil, and then the natural stone. Yeah, just thought I'd show you that because this concrete slab ultimately we'll want to take it off at some point. I'm not going to do it in the near future, I don't think so anyway. But it's made you know, my job a lot easier with it being laid on top of this shingle and then just on some earth. If it was straight on top of the stone, which I think the one below it, beneath it is, then it's probably going to bring some of the natural stone, the faces of the natural stone off. It's going to be harder to get off. And when we do get down to the stone, it's going to be time consuming to clean the stone up. But in theory, with this as it is, if it's all the same, we should be able to break the slab pretty easily, get that out, remove the shingle and the soil, and pretty much sweep away and reveal the stone. Looking at the pieces that I can see down that side where I've just taken up the last row of blocks that were there, and these here, it does look like it's individual pieces of stone that have been laid rather than it just being, you know, the bedrock that's been carved out like in some of the rooms below where we're living. If that's the case, it's going to be a nice, you know, nice feature. So that pretty much concludes the experiment. What we've got is down this channel at this side of this concrete plinth, and in front we have got some kind of stones, natural individual stones that have been set at a pretty level height. But coming this way, it just looks like it's the natural earth, the natural bedrock, which it's no biggie, it's no great drama. It'd been nice if it had been all the stone and laid, but you know, it is what it is. The good thing is we can get this slab up pretty easily. We know what's under there now. Get that cracked off another day. If the skip's going to be around for a while, if we need two, I'm going to need to fill them both. So we'll probably do this sooner rather than later. But not today. So, on that note, we shall go and do something else. Yeah.